Then did you certain you had a touchdown?
I was kind of disappointed at myself. I didn't get in there, man. My eyes went from like this to that when I see the end zone. Gotta pick my legs up, man.
How much does that make you want the next one though? Like when you have something like that, does that have an impact?
A little bit. I was happy though because we scored anyways. Jimmy got out there. Me and him got to play a little one-on-one on the celebration, so I was happy. God just didn't want me to score. He didn't want me to score yet. It's coming. It's gonna come though. It's gonna come.
There was a moment early on. I think it was the first drive on a run where you came sort of like a split zone or a crunch. You came from behind the line of scrimmage and helped out Foster on a block, and I saw him kind of turn around and give you a point. Just the blocking scheme that you get to be a part of for this team. How meaningful is that role for you in terms of contributing to the offense?
It's a blessing. Usually when you think of a run game in the NFL, they're usually running out of like heavy group or like a couple tight ends, and being able to go out there in 11 personnel, which is 3 receivers in the slot, and being able to run those runs is like a blessing because now you can decide different things of like, or is they gonna pass or is they gonna run, and it's a blessing to be able to do it.
Is this a new type of role for you? Like being a blocker in the football game? Seems like most of your career you've probably been a guy with the ball in your hands.
Really, it's not really new. Blocking come from the heart. So if you got heart, you can block. And to me, like I was always taught, like to be efficient in the run game, the receivers got to block down the field. So like even when I was at quarterback at Kentucky, let's say for a cent. The reason we would run the ball so much and be so good at running is because the line first, but the guys down the field is springing bigger runs. Like I'm thinking of one right now against Louisville. I broke to the sideline. Ahmad come and block the dude and spring for a touchdown. So being as a receiver, you got to block down the field and to help things break open.
But is that, I guess, are you finding out something about yourself this year now that you're in that role more often? Just like with your willingness or ability in that area.
I wouldn't say that. You reword that one more time?
No, I mean, I just I know it's important, but maybe this isn't something you've done a whole lot of or been exposed to a lot, just as a guy who's blocking as much as you are this year. So it's have you learned something about yourself as a player with how much you've been asked to do and how well you've been doing it?
My original position?
I mean, I'm assuming quarterback in high school. No? Okay, what was it?
Running back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to block a lot all my life. So it's like it go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like to answer your question, so probably because since being in the league, I really wasn't a blocking receiver, quote unquote. I was a pass catcher. Come here and accept a role as being a blocking receiver. That's really was like something I put my hat in the bucket for. Man, I see you got these guys that's electrifying around in the room. Where can I help at? And it was being blocking. And I just accepted that.
What are you finding out about yourself as a punt returner? I'm sure with each one, since it's been a while, that you're learning something else you want to try on the next one?
I just know actually the first time, what was it? We get the Lions game, my first time actually starting punt returner, just not dancing so much, hitting it downhill is really where I'm gonna have success at. And I got smacked a couple times in that line game, and it made me think all right, I'm playing too much back here, and just go take the 10 and whatever else I get is extra.
Do you feel like you could pump on at some point?
Definitely, man. I go home and watch the film. I look at different lanes. Man, if I just did this, I probably would have broke. You know what I mean? So it's really it's like a process. You gotta stay true to the process and just trust the guys that's out there blocking, and eventually one of them gonna spring.
It's kind of like a very unique skill even in football. I mean, you feel like it looks like you're comfortable doing it. And I can say that not everybody back there looks like super comfortable doing it, you know?
You know, in order to get out there, you gotta trust yourself. You gotta trust the guys that's on the unit with you, and you gotta have the trust of the position coach. And if Rizzy don't trust you, you ain't getting out there. So I had to. That was one of the biggest things I had to work on the off season. Like when I came here for vet mini camp, Rizzy was like, "Need you to work on more," because I was like, I'm an athlete, so I guess like I had success in it before, but that was something I had to work on for the off season.
With Taysom being out last week, there was a lot of speculation about where you might maybe fit into some of that. If ever asked to run the zone read option, or even potentially throw a pass, are those all things you still feel very comfortable doing?
Oh, definitely, man. I dream about that every night. So I'm ready for that whenever they're ready.
So you keep it or do you hand it off?
I'm true to it. So if he up the field, I'm gonna give it, and if he bite on the running back, I'm gonna pull it. I'm true to it.
When you came to the league, did you think you were going to have a similar type of package like that?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. That's what Coach Gruden at the time he had us up there working on some stuff, you know. And I did a little bit in Miami. I mean, it's a skill package. They know I have it, and blessed to have it. God gave it to me. So.
Did you get a chance to dust it off in practice or anything this week?
I wouldn't say that. You know, they had me moving around a couple of different spots just to see, get some time and stuff down. And it's always an option.
When a guy gets bounced around in the league, I know everybody plays hard, but do you think you play harder than most, knowing how hard it's been?
Definitely, just because I've been through a lot since I got into the league. You know, I've probably been through it all from being cut, traded, you know, put on IR. And, you know, I just walk around with a chip on my shoulder. You know, I got the heart of a lion. And I just make sure everybody across from me that's not on my team is going to feel me and everybody can see it.
How has New Orleans felt as a destination for you?
Like home. I like it down here, man. I should say I love it down here, actually. It's quiet, football city, so something I can look forward to.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate y'all.